Today I'm making Caribbean spice and roasted garlic fish. I have my fish from Costco, 2 eggs with milk, pepper. I'm going to mix them, scramble them up. I have my flour, added some pepper. Then I'm going to add the garlic Caribbean spice to it. I added oil to the frying pan. I didn't add much. I just don't like it spitting at me. I added my spices. I'm just going to mix it in. You can add as much spice as you want. I turned my stove on to heat up the frying pan. I turned it on to 4. I want it to start bubbling. And then I will add my fish. Soak the fish in the egg. Until this is all coated. I can hear the frying pan start to sizzle. As soon as it gets a little bit bubbly, I'm going to turn the heat down and put my fish in because I don't like dealing with oil at all. I just do not like when it splatters on my skin. I have my heat turned in between 4 and 6, so it's about a 5. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. Once it starts bubbling a little more, I'll add the fish and turn the heat down. I added my fish. As you can see, it's bubbling and I don't like that either. It's starting to spit. Just keep adding more flour and spices. It does take a lot of flour to cover the fish. You might have to scramble up another egg eventually, but you'll know when it's time, depending on how much fish you have. For that crispiness on the fish, I turned it up to 6, covered it, and let it get crispy and then turn it. I turned the heat down to 2 when I turned it. This is the other side of the fish. I started the next one. I had it on low, covered back up, turn it back on high. If you need to add more oil, add more oil. I just tried this piece of fish. It's amazing. It's so good. Nice and crunchy. I added some more flour, some more spice, and it's a little clumpy. Still good though. It's almost like the shake and bake when you do it. Because the oil is a little more hotter than when we start it, it doesn't take long to brown them. So I didn't need any more egg. I'm dumping this out. I'm on my last piece of fish, and the second last is in the frying pan. Here are the other ones I took out. Now that I'm done with my flour, I'm going to throw it in the garbage. I'm on my last piece of fish, but I want to show you something. See how much oil is left? That's a good size to have because you don't have to get rid of much after the fact. So whenever you're done using your dishes that you had the egg and the flour in, clean them up right away. Rinse them off. My fish is ready. Now with this oil, I'm going to let it cool down and then I'm going to put it in a container. With my lid, I took it and threw it in the sink, put soap and hot water on it and washed it right away. I drained my oil into a container when it was cool enough, grabbed some paper towels, wiped it out. This is how clean it is now. I'm going to add water and soap and boil it for 5 minutes and then wash it out. This is the best way I know how to get rid of the oil. In my small frying pan, I cut up mushrooms, there's onions, red, green, and yellow peppers. I added some oil, Montreal steak spice, lemon pepper, and seasoning salt. I'm going to start frying them up. Now that my frying pan is clean again, I'm going to add a little bit of oil. And then I cut up some chicken breast, 3 of them. I'm gonna throw that in and fry it up along with some spices. So I'm gonna add some cumin, seasoning salt, and lemon pepper. And mix. I want the meat to have a little bit of kick to it, so I'm going to add some cayenne pepper. In my wok, I have mixed vegetables from Costco, the mixed blend, and I threw in some onions and pepper on top. I've started frying them up. And the chicken's coming along. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm not in the restaurant, I can do this. I'm going to throw in my shrimp. So I threw in my shrimp. Because my peppers were frozen in the onions, they made more juice. I'm going to strain them and then put them back in the frying pan. See the difference after I strain them? And I still have them cooking. My vegetables were also frozen, but there was really no water in them. I just added some soy sauce. I'm going to add some barbecue Japanese. And because my shrimp was frozen, look at all that juice in there. So I'm going to strain this as well. I added a tablespoon of oil because I want this to brown. As you know, I like my shrimp sauce. I'm going to add some soy sauce and some barbecue Japanese sauce. And if I had teriyaki sauce, this is where I would add it, but I'm out. I added my chicken and shrimp to my vegetables. Because I have 2 bowls of these, I'm going to throw them in my stir fry, but not the spice that comes with it, just the noodles. I threw them in. So the steam, I'm going to cover, and the steam should soften them up. If not, I'll add a little bit water after. I added a tablespoon directly on top of the noodles. I turned it on very low, and I'm hoping the steam will soften them up. I have a half a cup of rice in my pot, 1 cup of water, and a big scoop of butter. Cook on high to boil, then turn to low and simmer. I'd just like to show you, I am also making sweet sour pork and Thai sweet chili chicken. I'm adding some more water. I just added some more water, it's coming along. I'm going to turn it up to 3 and keep watching it. I just added a little bit of soy sauce and the barbecue Japanese sauce, a little bit. Mix it in. It's done. I'm having sweet and sour pork, Thai chicken, rice with my mixed vegetables with the chicken and shrimp, 1 egg roll, piece of fish, and Coke to drink.